Hi, so I just got home from work and I was thinking, what should I make for dinner tonight? And I definitely didn't want to go out and get some fast food, so I remembered a dish that my mom used to make, and it's really, really simple. It's just cabbage and noodles. And I had this head of cabbage in the refrigerator, and so you definitely need a head of cabbage. You're going to need 1 stick of unsalted butter. I'm making it with fettuccine noodles. I love fettuccine noodles because they're really, really thick. So basically how you make this, it's so easy, so simple, and it goes really quick. And plus it's very inexpensive too. So instead of spending however much at a fast food place, this goes really, really quick, and it's less than, what, $5 or something like that. Take the outer leaves off, especially the ones that don't look so great. And so what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to get my cabbage and I'm going to just start slicing it. Just cut the cabbage approximately the same size, and then we're going to chop it up some more. Okay, so next I have a really large yellow onion, and I'm just going to chop up my onion. I'm going to use the entire onion. And I'm basically cutting my onions like this. So they're not going to be chopped up like small. They're going to be kind of about that size. I might cut those in a little bit in half. But pretty much, they're just cut very, in a sense, coarsely. Doesn't have to be finely chopped or anything like that, okay? So I'm gonna do this one now, this side, cut this same way. And I think my water is boiling, which it is. So I'm using my fettuccine noodles, and we're gonna cook this for approximately 12 minutes. Puppy down here that is, he just ate, but he's still hungry. That's Senior Simon. He doesn't leave his daddy alone, especially when he makes these videos. He's like, give me attention, daddy, give me attention. All right, so like I have these onions, like I said, very coarsely chopped, and what we're gonna do, I'm going to take a half a stick of this butter, half a cup of butter, and I'm going to place this in my frying pan. So I'm going to melt my half stick of butter into this frying pan. And like I said, this is a very easy dish to make. If you don't feel like putting a lot of effort into cooking, well then this is the dish to make because it's very, very simple. And it tastes really good too. So like my mom used to make this every once in a while, cabbage and noodles, and she always used to say how much she loved it. When I was a kid, I didn't want to try it because cabbage and I don't know what I was thinking, but you know how kids are, you know. And but it's really, really good, and it's easy. And that's what we like, easy. All right, so this is almost melted. I'm gonna first cook up my onions. Let me get my onions here. And my onions will reduce down in size. We want to cook these. These take approximately 8 to 10 minutes for it to become translucent, and then we'll cook it some more after that. We want to brown them slightly. Okay, so now what I want to add is I'm going to add some garlic to my onions. I don't think my mom added garlic, but I like garlic. So I'm adding half of a tablespoon to that garlic, to those onions there. I'm just going to mix that in there a little bit. And I think it's ready for me to season with some salt and pepper. So it's maybe about a teaspoon or so of salt, and then some freshly ground black pepper, probably about a teaspoon too. And I'm gonna mix that. It smells so good. I love the way onions and garlic smell together. Oh, so good. My noodles are doing really well. They have approximately 6 more minutes to go. So this has been about 6 minutes so far on the onions. We're gonna keep stirring them a little bit. I'm gonna put the cover back on and let that cook for another probably around 10 minutes or so. So stay tuned. I'm using approximately a half a tablespoon of sugar, and I'm just mixing that in there. Give it a good mix. And I'm going to cover it back and continue cooking it. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes. I'm going to check on my onions. Yep, they look great. They have definitely, they shrunk down in size. And they're starting to turn a nice little color. They're very translucent, that's what we want. And I think it's almost ready for the cabbage. And we're just gonna place it in the pot with the onions. Nothing fancy. And I'm also going to add the rest of the butter to that. Let that melt in with the cabbage, and then we're going to also add the pasta in there too. Let that butter melt. I'm going to add just a little bit of water, just a little bit, and then I'm going to cover it and let that cook for approximately 20 minutes. So we'll be back. Okay, so I have some organic Italian parsley here. I'm going to just chop that up really small. We're going to add that at the very end of our dish. This is probably around a tablespoon. Not a lot. But I do want a little bit of that parsley. Okay, so while this is cooking, I'm going to add just a little bit more salt, probably another teaspoon, and then we're going to add some freshly ground black pepper, probably another teaspoon. Oh, this is going to be so good. Mix that, stir that. Stir it and mix it and mix it and stir it. All right. Okay, we're stirring, we're stirring, we're stirring. Looking good, smells so good. All right, and with the cover back on, gonna cook it for probably about another 5 minutes. So we'll be back and add the pasta. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes and we're gonna add the pasta to our cabbage and onions. Now, usually I don't make as much as what I did today, and so I'm going to add 2 more tablespoons of butter once we add that pasta in there. Usually the amount of pasta I make for this is probably around 3/4 of the box and half to 3/4 of the box. But I feel like since I'm cooking the whole box of pasta, I'm gonna add a little bit more butter, so you might have to do that too if you're making a whole box. Smells so good. So here's my pasta. I'm gonna add my fettuccine noodles. I'm gonna give that a good stir. Brings back memories of my mom making cabbage and noodles. And I'm gonna add that extra butter. Remember, that's 2 more tablespoons. We're gonna make sure it's nice and buttery. Mix that in there. And of course, since we added that pasta, I might add a little bit more salt and a little bit more pepper. But I'll give it a taste and see what it tastes like. And you have yourself a nice little meal. Hopefully Vaughn's gonna like it when he comes home. Okay, I think that butter is melted now. I'm gonna give it a little taste test. Hopefully I won't burn myself. Some of that cabbage. Yep, just like I thought. A little bit more salt and a little bit more pepper. I don't know why this cap is so hard for me to open. Okay, a little bit more black pepper. I love cooking. I don't know about y'all out there, but I like cooking. So yummy. Okay, that's it. Easy, very easy, tastes great, and like I said, hopefully Yvonne's gonna like it. Oh, almost forgot. Gonna add that parsley on top. Beautiful.